On this segment, we're joined by Michelle Redden, and we're talking about a business that she has called Mae Dae Mentoring. And Michelle, thank you for taking a minute to be with us. Tell us a little bit about an overview of what you do, because you help a lot of people in a lot of different ways, whether it's someone suffering from depression or anxiety or just out of energy, lots of different things. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay. Hi, Art. Thank you for having me. Quantum biofeedback. Let's look at the word itself. Let's dissect that word. Quantum means energy, and biofeedback means the electronic monitoring of bodily functions. So what we're doing is we are monitoring the energy in your body.
That's interesting, because when you meet people or talk to people, you can tell when somebody's more energetic or less energetic, and you have a way to monitor that and actually treat it.
Yes, we have a software program where I hook a person up to the system. I sit them down and I attach monitors to them, and then I run a diagnostic test with the computer, and it shows me what is out of balance inside the person. It could be emotional, it can be physical, mental, it can be faith-based. There's all different types of different things we can help with. We can help with personal issues, business, building your faith, different things like that.
So more importantly, you're measuring energy, but you're measuring a frequency, maybe a frequency that everybody has frequencies. I mean, we don't even think about it, but we live in a frequency world. And so you're discerning what frequencies are working or not working?
That's correct. Absolutely. The computer has about, I don't know, 7,000 different frequencies on one test that we run, and it shows what's going on. Let's say, for instance, love has a frequency of 528, and we run the test for it, and it tests at, it's down at 10. And it needs to be up to 528. Then I can feed frequency back to the body and bring it back into balance to be 528.
Very interesting. What's the name of your business?
Mae Dae Mentoring through Quantum Biofeedback.
Sounds so good. So when someone's thinking about this, now give us an example of the kind of clients that you have.
Well, there's lots of different ways. Maybe you have failing relationships. Maybe you are stuck at work. Maybe you'd like to start your own business, but you don't really know don't have an idea as to what you're good at. Maybe you need to find your life's purpose. Maybe you're physically just not feeling well. Maybe you don't feel good in your spiritual walk. I have several. Usually what happens is a person calls me for one thing, and then it just turns into, they want to work on everything. We're like an onion, and we have to peel the layers back. So the work is accumulative. You do it once a week and for a period of time until you meet your goal, and then you decide what your next goal is.
So let's talk about biofeedback in the machine. Like, where does that come from? Who made a machine like this, and what's the background for someone coming in? How can they be confident that the machine knows what it's doing?
Well, NASA actually developed it. I believe it was back in the 50s.
This has become an accepted practice these days. I mean, more and more you hear people talk about frequency and body frequency and actually body part frequency.
Yes, actually this is FDA approved, whereas like vitamins and minerals that you buy are at different stores, they are not FDA approved. So this device is FDA approved, and doctors in other countries, doctors actually use them in their offices.
In summing it up as a whole process here, first of all, how do people get a hold of you? Where are you located for now? Or do you have other offices? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my name is Mae Dae Mentoring, and my website is Maedae, MAEDAE.net. And you can also reach me at phone number 601-600-0066. And I have an office in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I also work out of Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, and soon to come Texas. I do clients at a distance, so you don't actually have to be in front of me because frequency can be sent through time and space. So I work on clients all over the world.
It sounds really interesting, Michelle. And so when someone comes to you, let's say I just use somebody's having a down time in her life or a depressed time. Is there a length of time that it takes? I mean, the biofeedback, you hear more and more about doctors using that, okay? So when somebody comes for a treatment or they come in for the first couple, is it weeks, months till they feel different, or how does that work?
Well, everybody is unique, as you know. They all have their own frequency. So there is no time frame per person. I mean, some people will feel a massive effect after the first treatment, and sometimes it'll take people a few months. It all depends on where they're at in their life and what stage. So there's no real timeline to give. We are like onions, and it depends on, how well they do with peeling the layers back and how ready and willing they are.
So, in a final word, what do we want to leave people thinking about? We just heard you talk about biofeedback and frequencies, and maybe they know they're not vibrating at the right frequency and they'd like to change or they'd like to improve themselves. Uh, Wrap it up. What should we leave people thinking about?
Well, I'd like them to be thinking that if they have fear or anxiety or depression, or they can't find peace, inner peace, if they're not sure they feel like something's wrong, but they're just not sure what it is, give me a call and we'll have a free consultation.